Greetings to you, Your Excellency President Hakainde Hichilema. This morning I come with a very simple message to you, one that is very important. Now, I'm glad that I'm making this message or sending out this message whilst you are away in China. I will try by all means to ensure that your handlers get this message and passes it on to you. But President, the country you've left behind has now entered a very dangerous phase insofar as load shedding is concerned. Just yesterday, ZESCO announced that your people will now be having only 3 hours of power in a day. The truth, Mr. President, is that in some places, like where I live, we are only having power for 2 hours. Sad enough, Mr. President, in some places, they're not even seeing any trace of power in 24 hours. There is also a report, Your Excellency, that suggests that very soon we'll have complete blackouts. Vakateka, there are certain disturbing reports I think by now you may have seen. And an example is Mbereshi Hospital, where 3 people died at the Mission Hospital in Mbereshi after having been put on oxygen and power was cut. I remember very well, Your Excellency, hinting to the fact that ZESCO should not load shed health facilities. But by ZESCO, they are busy load shedding health facilities. Your Excellency, I have some solutions for you. Now, for me, I don't mind you staying in China for 2 weeks, a month, or even 6 months. I don't mind. I know some point you had said you wouldn't go out of the country when the country was going through a problem or a challenge like this one. But a lot of us actually supports you going out of the country at a time like this to look for solutions. And Your Excellency, your predecessor, when he went to China, he came back with Kenneth Kaunda International Conference Center. And today we are able to host very high-profile conferences. We want you, even if it takes 6 months of you being in China, to come back with a solution on power. Here is what we think you can do whilst you are there. Please ask your counterpart, President Xi, to connect you to all the companies in China that are manufacturing solar equipments, solar panels, lithium batteries, gensets, and everything to do with alternative power sources. These companies, Your Excellency, facilitate for them to come to Zambia, to bring all those products into Zambia duty-free. And then here, make an arrangement with them so that they start giving out those alternative sources to your people on higher purchase. Meaning that everyone who has a traceable income, starting with civil servants, they can be getting those solar or gensets on a higher purchase, because you know that a lot of our people cannot afford these alternative sources of power. A few months ago, Your Excellency, I personally had to buy, solar equipment. 2 batteries are costing almost 100,000. How many people can afford? Now, the proposition by President, we don't wholesomely condemn you or blame you over this challenge of power. But we are now coming to you to give solutions. And we feel the solution now, because we know that this problem will not be resolved anytime soon, is that facilitate for those companies in China to come into Zambia, to start giving the Zambian people these alternative sources, solar inventors, lithium batteries, gensets. Let them start giving the Zambians on higher purchase. In short, everyone who has a traceable income should be able to access these on a hire purchase space law. You know that in countries like South Africa, people survive off hire purchasing. Otherwise, by president, abantu benu balechula. Can you imagine 3 hours in a day of power? And sometimes I am right by president. Yes, abantu na balala. Yaisa 01 by 03 na yaya. Abantu bakateka bale ya kunchito bale monika kwati bakalala mpanga with dirty clothes and ironed clothes. Ala chisa shani umuntu. Inonstaba president, we are about to go back to the colonial days. Kushisa nenshimbi ya malashaidia. Inonstaba abantu bakateka. You can imagine bakateka abatuma barber shop, tuma saloon, utuma butcheries, the small producers abakwata manufacturers. Bakateka abantu bale chula. Now, instead of us sitting to blame you wholesomely, we are here to suggest that bakateka idomuliuko before tamlaisa, please come back with the solution. And we feel that you can facilitate for the coming into Zambia of these companies that are manufacturing these alternative sources of power. Otherwise, bakateka, this is the only simple message I had this morning. I hope it can go a long way in helping you address this problem. Otherwise, kunomshira bakateka. Oh, by the way, bakateka. Abamwaye bokwe bati belachita load shed ama health facilities. They've continued. Bakateka ifwe babruru besunga bafwa because of load shedding health facilities. Tukayashika pazesko palapen. Bamapani mubebe. Tukayashika babruru besu palapene pazesko pamuinshi. Because you've actually directed them. Ninshi, why have they continued to load shed health facilities? So, sometimes I keep saying this, and I'll not stop saying, Abantu ben, but I'm started down. But anyway, we're not here to lament over that. I'm here to suggest what I think you can do whilst you are in that land of plenty. Because ukomuli bakateka, presidents don't come back empty-handed. Please come back with this suggested solution. Your young brother, Binwell Mpundu, MP from Ghana. I thank you.